What's good? How everybody feeling out there today? Today's video is on the current situation that we've been facing, seem like all year. Black Lives Matter. Unarmed black men steady getting shot. I remember a while back, a couple months back, Puff Daddy had said something about the vote won't gonna be for free. And it was a lot of backlash and people saying that he shouldn't have said that. Now wasn't the time. Fast forward until this past week, Ice Cube repeated those same sentiments that Puff Daddy had. And everybody is on board of that. My only issue with that is, yeah, that's something that we need to start now. But we shouldn't cast doubt on the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, for the simple fact that there's only two choices. Either you're voting for Trump, or it's three choices. Either you're voting for Trump, you're voting for Biden, or you're not voting at all. One, I don't think we can afford for people not to vote. Trump got 8% of the black vote last election, and a ton of us didn't even show up, especially the younger generation around my age. Yeah, I'm 18. But that's neither here nor there. We all need to play our part. Let's get behind these candidates. Donate to their fund if you got it. Some of them will take even $1. We need to start locally first. You know, with your local officials, your mayor, the sheriff, the district attorney or Commonwealth attorney, whatever jurisdiction you're in or state you're in. And then we need to worry about the president. In 2 years, it will be a midterm election, which some senators and House of Representatives will be coming up. If they're not expressing the views that we have, or, you know, have the same goals that we have for our communities and streets and neighborhoods and far as bringing jobs, then we need to get their ass up out of there. It's already sad that all this is going on, you know, with the Black Lives Matter, people getting killed. I was never somebody who thought it meant anything to paint Black Lives Matter in the street. I'm somebody that loved to see legislation take action. So if somebody was to put forth some legislation, let's get it passed. That Congress don't do shit. This current body of congressmen, men and women, they're not doing nothing. You know what they're doing? Getting this free taxpayer money to sit around and talk about what they might and will do. People are without jobs, ain't working, stimulus package. First one came through, second one not even passed. What they do, they take a break. Then they made a special session to come back in when it came to the postal service getting defunded and they taking up mailboxes. So they can make a special session to come in to make sure the voting rights are there in place and everybody can vote, which I can understand, but I do understand people out here starving. So they should have never even took a break anyway. They should have stayed in session till they somehow worked together to come up with a deal. We all have differences of opinions. All black people are not a monolith. All white people are not a monolith. You should vote based on your personal interests and what you see is beneficial to you and your family. That being said, we have to be able to work with each other. I don't condemn all Republicans because some of them, most Republicans, I think they are more in line with the progress of the Republican Party. They might not like the candidate, but they like the things that he does when he's in office. They didn't like Trump when he first was running, but once he got in there, all of them are lock and step behind him the whole way, because they refuse to not support him and so that a Democrat can win. Even though they might not like his moral views, they like his legislation and his the direction that he got the country going in their eyes. Us, most Democrats, I'm about to say us Democrats, but I'm not a Democrat, I'm an independent. Most Democrats, it seems like they gotta like the person personally. He can't have no hiccups in his life. Or him or her can't have no hiccups in their life. And we seem like most black people have to be fully invested in it. Like they really gotta like it. That ain't politics. You gotta find out what's the best interest and always use your exercise your right to vote. Never let it go uncast. Even if you go in there and scribble anything down, at least you're playing a part, because people did sacrifice for us to vote. And in order for you to get things accomplished, it has to go through Congress. And if you're not putting those Congress men and women in there to make those changes, then all we are doing is walking in the streets and protesting. John Lewis walked in the streets and protested, but guess what else he did? God rest his soul. He went in ahead and ran for Congress, and he was making a change that way, passing laws, trying to make things better for us as a people and as a country. So I don't want nobody to think that their vote don't matter, especially in this day and age when we need real change to happen, and protesting and marching brings attention to it. But only 3 legislative bills have been put forth to Congress since George Floyd death. None of them has passed. The police reform, dead. Prison reform, dead. They working on it, but it's not no urgency that everybody's looking for. Look at the guy that just died, Jacob up in Minnesota, Jacob Blake. Look at that, unarmed. These police officers get away with immunity. They are proven innocent. They're innocent until proven guilty. But us black men out here, we're guilty until proven innocent. So we need to make some real changes, and everybody needs to play their part. Do not sit at home this election. Please get out and vote. Take some people with you. If they ain't never vote, help them get registered to vote. This shit really matters. And to me, that's the fastest way for us to make some kind of positive change, is to get those older people that's in the Congress up out of there, get some new blood in there, and some people that's willing to work with each other so we can move things forward. It's hard for somebody that's in their 70s to understand what people go through in their teens and 20s. And most of the congressmen are old. So that's my message for today. Get out and vote. Make real change. And remember, tomorrow starts a new day.